because when people think of money today, they obviously think of the US dollar. That's like kind of, to some extent, the global reserve currency. It's the hub of the current financial system today. The US dollar basically is just a basket of very basic consumer goods, right? It's pegged to a basket of oil, of food, of lumber, all these basic consumer goods that we need, on a daily basis. And not only is it pegged to these basic consumer goods, but it's actually deflating against these basic consumer goods. It's becoming less valuable relative to these basic consumer goods like food, oil, and lumber. And so in the acceleration of production section, I go through something like farming, where I show that, okay, in 1930, one American farmer could feed 4 people, but by the 2010s, one farmer was feeding 155 people, just kind of highlighting how much more productive humanity has become in terms of farming. Yet, it's funny because the price of food, compared to 1930, has gone up massively, maybe 100x or even more. But it's kind of ironic because we've become basically 100x more efficient in producing the food, or close to it. And so it's kind of like this double-edged sword where not only is the dollar devaluing against these basic consumer goods, but these basic consumer goods are actually becoming more abundant than ever before because of technology. And so that's kind of the general idea of showing that, okay, we're able to produce all of these basic consumer goods, farming, data storage, oil, and lumber, and the dollar is still losing more value relative to these goods. And then it kind of goes a step further. I won't talk about this for a while, but it's kind of a preview of like traditional assets of just like being able to produce more food, or just like being able to produce more oil, we're able to produce more houses. We're able to produce more gold. They're slightly more scarce, which makes them better stores of value than holding your wealth in food or barrels of oil. But they're still not perfectly scarce like Bitcoin. We're still, if humanity stores a lot of wealth in real estate or a lot of wealth in gold, entrepreneurs are going to go out there and try to make more gold or try to build more houses. And so it's just showing that, okay, if we're able to create more food, or we're able to create more oil, we're going to be able to create a lot more of this. The dollar is going to get debased because that's the nature of the dollar. And it's going to get debased pretty rapidly because those things are becoming more and more abundant, exponentially more abundant. But it also applies to our traditional assets that we're holding to save for the future in general. Those things are also going to get debased over time. It just might happen a little bit slower, which is why people hold a diversified portfolio of them. But now that we have Bitcoin, which is the best form of money ever discovered, perfectly scarce, and money trends to 1 over time, then you don't have to have this crazy diversified portfolio of semi-scarce assets. You can just hold Bitcoin.